So I wallpapered this beautiful bathroom a couple of months ago, and then there were repairs that were done after the install. So I want to show you them because I want to share with you that not all is lost when you have a repair after an install. Now this is a high-end product, which is good and bad. It's good because these dash lines allow for us to make our splice penetrations, making the repair completely unnoticeable. It's bad because if I fail in my preparation, this will have to be removed because I'm going to be mixing some 5-minute mud to build this up. This thing had a flange that was installed with this thing, and somehow it had to be taken out for some reason. Not only that, we have the repairs under there and over here. The beauty of microfiber cloths. Gotta have them. Okay, we've made it flush. I brought the repair onto the wallpaper because I have to feather it. I anticipate a ridge with which I'm going to have to contend when I remove this. Okay, I've used a clay-based adhesive right over the wallpaper. Yes, I will be removing that wallpaper. And I've used a clay-based adhesive for the back of the splice piece. Okay, so I tried to cut along the line here. Not easy in this tight spot, okay? Look at what I'm dealing with here. I trimmed it vertically on both sides and horizontally up at the top. I'm going to remove the masking. Let's see if I can put you down here. What do you think? Can I do it? Is that going to be possible? Okay. Now let's remove this and clear out the mess. Oh man, not easy. Putting a little more paste under this. Oh, I'm trying to be so careful. What do you think? Okay, here's our patch for this one. I'm mapping out the patch. It's very hard to find it if you take this patch off after going through all the work to find out where you found the pattern underneath and above, and you matched it up. If you take it away, you'll have to perhaps go through 15 minutes of work trying to find where these lines meet up. So I've mapped it. See that? I've mapped it with a pencil mark. That's my edge. And I know where my repair is. It's down here. So I'll be cutting. This is a more difficult repair because I have no vertical lines in which to hide my vertical cut. Challenge is greater. Okay? As you can see. About 5 minutes later, and there is our first repair right there. So I've pasted the back of my repair patch. I need that to get really absorbed into the very porous fibers of this material. And then I'm going to see what's going on here. My plaster is flush with the wallpaper, which we can't have that. So I'm trying to do with my fingernail what we do with plaster knives, which is to create a reducer which means to just scratch away at the plaster that meets the wallpaper. See that? We're just taking a little bit of the level off so that when my new piece meets the old, you won't, well, the idea is that we won't see a ridge. Okay, this is not easy repair. You know, this is one of those things where, first let me explain. I was paid to come back because they had to do repairs. So they asked me to do this. Instead of paying me to take down the whole thing. So this is my plan. Now you could decline this as a professional, because here's what professionals do. They succeed most of the time, if not all of the time. You can't set yourself up for failure. So unless you're reasonably confident that you can do this, do not do it. Say, oh no, we got to take the whole thing down. So because I have mapped it out, You see the bend in it? I know where this has to go. It's going right in there. Okay, I've made 4 cuts, hoping to replicate the pattern. 1, the bottom was 2, 3, and once you get into this, you cannot cut it on the corner. So I had to come a little less than 3/16 of an inch from the corner, but horizontally I went all the way to this. See that? And then above it, I went vertical. So here's our patch piece. And we should have a duplicate of this here. Now, if you're in this situation, you want to peel it. Keep it close to the wall so that you're not ripping the wall off with it. This is a pain, and nobody wants to do this. Nobody wants to do it. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do it. I've retempered a little pea-sized ball of plaster because I had a ridge there. I had a ridge. And fortunately for me, I was able to get rid of it. Here's my patch. Dry your hands. Let me clean my cloth. And there you have it. It's just the fabric there. There's nothing, it's not ripped or anything else. It's just the fabric. There you go. I pushed it in with a little, the point of my smoother. And that's it. One last one to go. So, in determining your patch piece, you want to put it in place, as you can see where, you see that dashed line horizontal? There it is without patch. We're mapping it out. I'm making little impressions on the wall covering so that I know where I can trim it. I'm looking at my piece right there, this piece. Now here's the trick with a patch. You may be perfect in replicating your patch, but then you trim too much of it off. The extra on your patch is what I would call a flange. In fact, that's what got the guy into trouble here. He had flanges, which required me to come and repair this. But anyway, I'm going to use this extra to hold my patch down. So I'm going to be putting glue here and here. I have to, or else it's going to move. Once I'm reasonably certain that I have my patch in place, I'm now going to tear back some of the masking so that I can make sure that I'm in place. And I can see that I have some adjustments, right? And so we move it back. that's where I want to be. Right there. See? See how it's meeting up? Now, our patch will not be as close to what you're looking at, but further down, right? Right. I don't like when teachers go right. I think it's condescending. Right? As if you're too dumb to, right? Or when they say, you see. No, maybe I don't see. In fact, I was one of those kids in school. No, I don't see it. You're gonna have to explain better. They get so impressed with their rhetoric. You see. I took the LSAT Kaplan, Kaplan, preparatory class. It was miserable. It just wasn't for me. And the teacher was extremely sharp, but extremely proud. And every time he would make a point, he would say, you see. Not, you see? Question mark? You see. Of course we see, because you say we see. I can't stand big egos. Anyway, let's get back to this. Using my guide, I cut here, close to the edge, and over here. Let's remove our pieces. See how we did? Not easy. Not easy. Stuck here. There we go. With this cut, I came in between the horizontal dotted lines. Here's why. If my patch was off and it wasn't perfectly square with this geometric theme, well, then I have some room to play in between the dashes. And you're not going to notice because they're not going to converge on you. In other words, you'll see a constant space between the upper and lower dash lines. And so that's what we do. It's not cheating, it's being practical. After all, it's a patch, right? Okay, we peel, not pull. Always pulling against the wall. Okay. Let's clean this up and put our patch on. So our vertical cut, I made so that the eye would not catch it along this vertical dash. And I'm just trying to show you what considerations you would take if you had a similar situation on a repair. I hope you like it. Thanks for watching. Please click on like, subscribe to my channel. Okay, here is the finished product. This is still damp under here. That was my last one. But so far, so good.